How Nike started, grew, and became successful. Nike Incorporated is an American multinational corporation that is involved in the design, production, and sales of sportswear, including footwear, apparel, and accessories. Nike is also a major manufacturer of sports kits and is ranked as the #1 sportswear brand in the world, followed by Adidas in second place. Nike, formerly known as Blue Ribbon Sports (BRS), was founded by Philip Hampson, a business magnate and former track athlete at the University of Oregon, and his former coach, Bill Bowerman, on January 25, 1964. How it all began. Phil Knight started out as a middle-distance runner under the tutelage of Bill Bowerman, a track and field coach. Bill wanted to improve Phil's performance, so he began working on improving Phil's shoes in his free time. At first, he tried various combinations, but they were not successful. Meanwhile, Phil went on to study at Stanford Graduate School of Business, where he wrote an assignment proposing the manufacture of shoes in Japan that could compete with well-known German brands, but this recommendation fell on deaf ears. He would later say, "Let everyone else call your idea crazy. Just keep going. Don't stop. Don't even think about stopping until you get there. And don't give much thought to where there is. Whatever comes, just don't stop." In 1962, after graduation, Phil went on a trip to Kobe, Japan, where he discovered the Tiger brand running shoes, assembled by Onitsuka Corporation. Inspired by the shoes' quality and low cost, Phil called a meeting with Mr. Onitsuka and succeeded in securing the Tiger distribution rights for the Western United States. On his return to the US, Phil tried to sell his first batch of stock to his previous coach, Bill, who became interested in the business. Phil proposed that they could become equal partners and offered to provide product design ideas. The partnership was agreed on by a handshake on January 25, 1964, resulting in the birth of Blue Ribbon Sports (BRS), the company that would eventually become Nike. The early years. In the first year that BRS opened for business, Phil and Bill sold 1,300 pairs of Japanese running shoes, earning them $8,000. Even though the business started slowly, by 1965, the emerging business reached sales of $20,000 and acquired its first full employee, Jeff Johnson. By 1966, BRS no longer needed to sell stock from the back of a green Plymouth Valiant automobile at track meets across the Pacific Northwest, so it launched its first retail store at 3107 Pico Boulevard in Santa Monica, California, right beside a beauty salon. As sales rapidly increased in 1967, BRS expanded their retail and distribution operations to Wellesley, Massachusetts. In 1969, Jeff Johnson suggested that the company should be called Nike, after the Greek winged goddess of victory. RBS officially became Nike Incorporated on May 30th, 1971. In 1971, Nike ended its relationship with Onitsuka as it prepared to launch its own line of footwear, a lighter weight training shoe with an outsole that had waffle-type knobs for traction. It was designed by Caroline Davidson, a graphic design student, for $35 and was named Swoosh. The Swoosh saw its debut in 1972 US Track and Field Trials and was registered with the US Patent and Trademark Office on January 22, 1974. Steve Prefontaine, an athlete who during his college career between 1969 and 1972 set 7 American records from the 2,000 meters to the 10,000 meters, became the first brand ambassador for RBS. In 1976, Nike hired its first advertising agency, John Brown and Partners, and in 1977, the agency created the first brand ad called There Is No Finish Line. In 1979, the Nike Air technology was launched, and it further strengthened Nike's status as a successful competitor among the existing competition. It was during this period that Nike experienced enormous growth and achieved 50% market share in the United States athlete shoe market, and by December 1980, it went public. How Nike grew. The Nike brand continues to grow popular, especially among fitness experts, and by 1982, it had become the #1 supplier for athletic shoes in America. In September 1983, Nike gave Caroline Davidson an undisclosed amount of stock in recognition of her contribution to the design of the company's brand swoosh. On an Oprah show in April 2011, Phil claimed that when the company went public, he gave her a few hundred shares. In 1985, Nike designed signature shoes for Michael Jordan while he was still an NBA rookie, and his rising popularity shot Nike sales up to the point of breaking new records. Not long after this, Nike moved on to designing clothes and other cross-training accessories, and it signed on many international teams like the US men and women's soccer teams and the Brazil football team. 10 years later, in 1996, Nike signed on Tiger Woods, a rookie golfer, for $5 million each year. The slogan, "Just Do It," was coined by Dan Whedon, co-founder of Whedon plus Kennedy Agency, for a 1988 Nike ad campaign. Whedon was inspired by American criminal who gained international recognition for demanding his own execution. Gary Gilmore's last words before he was executed: "Let's do it." The slogan was picked by Advertising Age as one of the top 5 ad slogans of the 20th century. Whedon plus Kennedy remains Nike's primary advertisement agency and has produced many television and print advertisements together. In 1988, Nike acquired Cole Haan, an upscale footwear company, and sold it in 2013. In 1990, the company moved into its 8-building headquarters at Beaverton, Oregon. That same year in November, a Nike retail store called Nike Town was opened in downtown Portland. Boyer Hockey was acquired in 1994 and sold in 2008. In 2002, Nike acquired a surf apparel producing company, Hurley International. In 2003, $309 million was paid to acquire Converse. Starter was acquired in 2004 and sold in 2007. Umbro, manufacturers of England national football kits, was acquired in 2008 and sold in 2012. Presently, Nike owns Hurley International and Converse Incorporated. Phil resigned from CEO of the company in November 2004, several months after his son Matthew's burial. He retained the post of chairman until 2016, when he resigned from all duties. Mark Parker is the current president and CEO of Nike Incorporated, with Andrew Campion as the CFO. Nike produces software and equipment for various sports, including field and track events such as soccer, American football, basketball, cricket, hockey, tennis, cheerleading, cycling, skateboarding, auto racing, wrestling, volleyball, baseball, aquatic activities, and other athletic and recreational activities. Nike Incorporated now. Recently, the company teamed up with Apple Incorporated to produce the Nike Plus product that monitors a runner's performance through a radio connected to the iPod. The product was criticized by researchers who were able to identify users' RFID devices from 18 meters away using concealable intelligence modes in a wireless sensor network. In 2015, a new self-laced shoe called the Nike Mag was introduced. It was a replica of the shoes used in the movie Back to the Future 2 and was produced in limited edition. It was only available by auction and the profits were sent to the Michael J. Fox Foundation. Nike is currently home to athletes like Cristiano Ronaldo, Eden Hazard, Wayne Rooney, Serena Williams, Rafael Nadal, Gareth Bale, Neymar Jr., Thierry Henry, and Kylian Mbappe, among others, and has been the official kit sponsor of Indian cricket team since 2005. Nike is planning to build a $3.2 million expansion on its headquarters in Washington County, Oregon. The design will target LEED Platinum certification and will be highlighted by natural daylight and a grey water treatment center. Nike Incorporated currently has over 73,100 employees worldwide and has an estimated total revenue of about $36.4 billion. In 2018, Nike's earning totaled $1.933 billion with a 6% increase over the previous year and has a brand value of $15.9 billion. Thank you for watching our videos. We'd like to give you another interesting video for you to enjoy next. But before then, our team will be very happy if you can like this video and share it with your friends on social media. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss other interesting videos like this. Look at your screen now to see 2 other videos we handpicked for you to enjoy next. We love you.